welcome back to my channel. For those you don't know, I'm Chris F.A.E. with all my return subscribers. Glad you can make it. I'm with Miranda. Say hi. Today's a different kind of video. I'm doing a mukbang, and we're also going to be telling ghost stories today inside the park. Right now, we're going to get a cookout, so I decided to open this video with like a vlog type thing. I have no idea when I'm going to post this video. It won't be until October, of course, because you know, spooky season and all that. But I have other videos planned before then, y'all. She really is. Ma'am, get your butt out the camera, Jesus. Oh. Ma'am.
Just do the kissy noise.
Boom, boom.
Hey, I've got 2 separate orders. Can you?
I don't know.
For the first one, could I get the big double tray with cheese, bacon, and ketchup? Double onion rings and a huge tea.
What's the second order?
Large chili cheese fries.
Can I get a large chili cheese fry?
With 2 corn dogs.
With,
A large chili cheese fry?
yep, with 2 corn dogs
And some chicken nuggets.
and some chicken nuggets, like 1 5-piece.
Sorry. Food. Currently being boxed. Give me your opinions on my videos or we're crashing.
No, I like them.
That's it?
Yeah, I like them.
Oh my god, it's just exciting. Righty people. Hi. It took us 7 hours to get to this point, to decide this video, but here we are. Alright, so you want to just go ahead and get started?
Yes.
Cool, go ahead.
Alright, this one, I've heard this one before, so you probably have too. It's called The Puppy in the Basement.
What?
Yeah, it's called The Puppy in the Basement. Mommy told me never to go in the basement, but I wanted to see what was making that noise. It kind of sounded like a puppy, and I wanted to see the puppy, so I opened the basement door and tiptoed down a bit. I didn't see a puppy, and then Mommy yanked me out of the basement and yelled at me. Mommy had never yelled at me before, and it made me sad, and I cried. Then Mommy told me never to go into the basement again, and she gave me a cookie. That made me feel better, so I didn't ask her why the boy in the basement was making noises like a puppy or why he had no hands or feet.
Excuse me? Hold up. Wait a minute, it was a boy?
Pause, rewind.
Your mother's a psychopath. And so are you. Like, obviously they're against his will. He can't move. He has no limbs. Okay, read the next one.
Okay, this one, it's called Nunchucks. Right. When my daughter was 2, I found her twirling paper towel tubes tied with twine in the air. I asked her what she was doing. She said she was practicing her nunchucks. I was very confused, as she'd have no way of knowing what they were. I asked her what she meant, and she said that Adam had told her how to make them and showed her each night how to use them.
Oh.
Good question. She went on to say that Adam told her to practice because she may need to know how to defend herself someday. I almost freaked out, but asked her what Adam looked like. She said he was tall, blonde, and had blue eyes. She said, "Mommy, you know how he looks. You know him. He died of a headache." I had to leave the room. You see, 4 months before she was born, my tall, blonde, blue-eyed martial arts pro friend had died of a brain aneurysm at the age of 27. She has not spoken of him since that day, so I'm not sure if I scared her with my reaction or if she had completed her lessons. I thought that was kind of cute.
That was better than the first story, definitely. It's not really psychopathic, like she has psychic powers to speak to ghosts. So I'm down with that. That's cool.
This next one, I liked it.
Is it messed up?
I liked it at first, and then
Oh
I
god,
read the ending.
no. Okay. Let's get it.
Damn. Okay. This one, I think is, I don't remember what the name of it is. I think it's called Mother. Alright, when my sister Betsy and I were kids, our family lived for a while in a charming old farmhouse. We loved exploring its dusty corners and climbing the apple tree in the backyard. But our favorite thing was the ghost. We called her Mother because she seemed so kind and nurturing. Some mornings, Betsy and I would wake up, and on each of our nightstands, we'd find a cup that hadn't been there the night before. Mother had left them there, worried that we'd get thirsty during the night. She just wanted to take care of us. Among the home's original furnishings was an antique wooden chair, which we kept against the back wall of the living room. Now, Mother would inch that chair forward across the room toward us. Sometimes she'd manage to move it all the way to the center of the room. We always felt sad putting it back against the wall. Mother just wanted to be near us. So years later, long after we'd moved out, I found an old newspaper article about the farmhouse's original occupant, a widow. She'd murdered her 2 children by giving them each a cup of poisoned milk before bed. Then she hung herself. The article included a photo of the farmhouse's living room with a woman's body hanging from a beam. Beneath her, knocked over, was that old wooden chair placed exactly in the center of the room.
See, it started off sweet now. Oh my god. But, like, oh my god. Mother, why? Like, the way it started off was like, okay, it's just a friendly ghost, it basically got attached to these 2 children. Now she's a murderous woman. She tried to kill him and she killed her 2 children. So freaking rude and disrespectful.
Called the impish ghost. My neighbor Diane and I had a playful poltergeist for years. We called it Billy.
Not Billy, but okay.
I'd come home and find something put in a weird place, like milk in a cupboard, toilet paper in the fridge, laundry detergent in the bathtub, etc. Diane once called to ask if Billy had been around because she couldn't find a gallon of milk. We finally found it outside on her back steps. And sugar, darn sugar, every morning my sugar bowl was empty. That's what the person that wrote this said.
Okay.
When I'd had enough, I would point to Diane's home and yell, "Go see Diane." Within 5 minutes, I'd get a call from her saying, "Thanks a lot." He'd gone and pulled some shenanigans at her place. This occurred for the entire 2 years we lived there. No one believed us, not even our husbands. My mother thought someone was stealing from us when we were sleeping or out of the house. My sister believed something was going on, but didn't know what. I still can't explain it.
That's it, though, the climax more. I believe like a big ending.
I like it though. I thought it was cool.
I mean, it was cute. I like it. I mean, he's like their annoying little younger brother.
That's what it sounds like.
That's all you can find.
Those are all the good ones that I can find.
Well, you read the bad ones.
Oh, here's one. Okay, I've heard this one before, so that's why I didn't pick it, but it's not bad.
Okay.
It's called "There's Someone Under the Bed." I begin tucking him into bed and he tells me, "Daddy, check for monsters under my bed." I look underneath for his amusement and I see him, another him, under the bed, staring back at me, quivering and whispering, "Daddy, there's someone on my bed."
Oh, hell no. So you mean to tell me the thing on the bed is not your son? Wife, we need to move.
Right? Oh, this one was interesting. Okay. It's called the Eerie Attic. A few years ago, I moved into a 1-bedroom apartment in Melbourne, Australia. It was my first time living on my own. The apartment block had been built in the 1930s. I'd been there for a few months when I came home from work one day and went into the bathroom, as you do. I saw something strange. A wooden board which had covered a hole in the ceiling that led to a small attic space lay fractured in 2 pieces on the ground. I examined the pieces. The board was an inch thick. It would have taken Bruce Lee to break it. I thought the landlord had sent someone to work on the attic. I was frozen stiff with fear. Someone is up there for sure, I thought. I emailed pictures to the landlord asking if anyone had been there, with an undertone of annoyance, since she hadn't warned me. She replied and said, "Please call me as soon as you're able to." I called, and she explained that her last 2 tenants had said the same thing happened. She promised to replace the board, and she did. A month later, I woke up one night around 4 a.m. My body was covered in goosebumps. It felt like someone was rubbing his or her hands on me. Everything was silent, but then I heard a dragging sound coming from above my bed. It was as if someone was pulling a sack of potatoes.
Wow, okay.
Interesting comparison, but I froze, convinced someone was up there. There is no way an animal could make that sound.
You don't know?
I know. After 5 minutes, I worked up the courage to turn on the light, armed myself with a cricket bat, and walked to the bathroom.
Oh, no, with a bat.
That's when I saw the new board covering the hole was broken in two. I felt sick. The dragging sound had stopped, but I heard something else, whispering. The sound was clear and coming from the attic. It sounded like children's voices, and I could hear one sentence repeated over and over. It's your turn. It's your turn.
Oh, hell no. I was moving.
I switched on every light in the apartment to make things feel normal. It was 5 a.m. and dark outside. I watched TV to try and unwind, then a fuse blew. My pet budgie, Dexter, whom I kept in the kitchen, usually never made a sound at night, but he started squawking like he was being strangled.
Oh my god.
I know, poor thing. I'd never heard him make those sorts of noises. He was screaming. I grabbed my car keys, ran out, sat in my car, and waited there.
So you just left the dog?
I know! When I saw people walking their dogs, this comforted me enough to go back in. The front door was open, but I figured I might have forgotten to close it when I ran in. I went to the kitchen to check on Dexter, but he wasn't in his cage.
Probably died.
I felt sick again. All my windows were closed, so I looked everywhere inside. When I walked in the bathroom, I heard splashing. Dexter was half drowned in the toilet. I took him out, washed him, and dried him. I was so confused. At 8 a.m., I called the landlord and gave her a watered-down version of the night. Oh wow, you heard the whispering too, she said. I stayed in that apartment for another 18 months. I heard the whispering on a few occasions, and twice the board covering the hole in the ceiling moved. Although I live elsewhere now, the landlord recently called. She said that her new tenants had begged to speak with me about some of the stuff that's been going on there. Forget it, it's their problem now.
I want to fight him. And then, why would he live inside there for 18 more months? Hell no, I was moving the first night I heard somebody just breathing.
Yep.
I was like, hey, brother, sister, can I sleep on your couch for a couple of months till I find a new place? First of all, I'm very offended by these stories. Because one, I want it better. Mostly ended on cliffhangers. But the puppy one, oh my god, that poor child.
I know, poor thing.
All his limbs are gone. He can't escape. He can't even crawl away. He can probably hobble, but like, oh my god.
He can catapult her away.
Ma'am. That was the last story that we were reading for today. I hope you enjoyed this sort of like mukbang video. Right now, it was fun. I like this. I hope you enjoyed this type of video. If you do, as always, please leave a big thumbs up on the video. You know, because you like me and my channel. You know, right next to it, that subscriber button. And while you're at it, hit the bell so don't upload videos. I'm Chris F. I'm signing off for now. Time for hammocks.